10 feet. Last year, Melbourne scientists found traces of copper wire dating back 100 years. And they came to the conclusion that their ancestors already had a telephone network more than 100 years ago. Not to be outdone by the Victorians, the Sydney archaeologists dug down to a depth of 20 feet, finding traces of 130-year-old copper wire. They concluded that their ancestors already had an advanced high-tech communication network 30 years earlier than the Victorians. 1 week later, the Courier Mail reported the following: after digging as deep as 30 feet in his pasture near Beenleigh, Queenslander John Brown, a self-taught archaeologist, reported that he found absolutely fuck all.
Take the piss out of everyone, I love it.
John has therefore concluded that 130 years ago, Queensland had already gone wireless.
You're a fucking Victorian.
On his deathbed, Earl Woods gave his son Tiger the following advice: focus on golf and fuck everything else. This next gentleman that is coming to the microphone, I've had the pleasure of knowing over the last 30 years, I would imagine. I'm not going to count the years because they don't seem like that long ago that we first met. And he brings Ireland to Australia, settles in Australia, marries an Italian heritage girl, and what a fucking combination. And I'm very proud to call him my colleague, my friend, because when we wake up in the morning, we say to ourselves, I get to tell jokes tonight, or today, or wherever it is, right? What a job to have. And I'll tell you this little story. It happened a while ago in Dublin. Sounds like an Alfred Hitchcock tale, but it's true. John Bradford, a Dublin University student, was on the side of the road. He was hitchhiking very dark nights. You know, the night was rolling on and no car went by. The storm that was blowing at the time was very strong. He could hardly see a few feet ahead of him. Suddenly he sees a car slowly coming towards him and it stops. He's desperate to shelter. Without thinking about it, he gets in and he gets in behind in the car and he closes the door. Only realises there's nobody behind the wheel and the engine wasn't on. But the car starts moving slowly. He looks at the road ahead, he sees the curve approaching. And scared, he starts to pray, begging for his life. And just before the car hits the curve, a hand appears out of nowhere through the window and turns the wheel. He's paralysed with terror. He watches as the hand doesn't touch it, doesn't harm it, but just turns the wheel. Shortly thereafter, he sees the lights of a pub up the road. So gathering strength, he jumps out of the car, he runs in the pub, and he's out of breath, he's wet. He rushes inside, he starts telling everybody about the horrible experience he's just had. And a silence enveloped the pub. Everybody realised he was crying, and he wasn't drunk. Suddenly the door opens. 2 other people walk in from the darkness, the stormy night. They, like John, were soaked and out of breath. Looking around, they see John Bradford sobbing at the bar. And one turns to the other and he said, "Look, Paddy, there's that fucking idiot that got in the car while we were pushing it." One of Ireland's favourite sons, and has been one of Australia's favourite sons. Please make welcome to the stage the fabulous Mr. Paul Martell.
Thank you very much indeed, Danny. Danny McMaster doing a magnificent job. Give him a round of applause to that. Good to be back. I was here 10 years ago and it's great to be rebooked so fucking quickly, I tell you. Going well that day, I tell you. The lights go off. I put a glass of wine on the stage because I went to my doctor the other day and Patel. He said, "You've got to cut everything out." I went, "Haven't you fucking done that already?" I did. I got my blood test back the other week. No, it was last week. This week? Whatever. And the doctor said, you drink a bit. I said, I do. He said, can you cut it to 2 a day? I went, well, Jesus, I'll do my best. So that's the first bottle. We take our health for granted, gentlemen. 18 months ago, I go for the blood test, and the doctor said, your PSA is 5.8. I went, shit, I haven't even studied. No, you idiot, it's your prostate readings. It's doubled in a year. So you gotta go to a urologist. So I go to a urologist. You met these bastards? Weird. So they stand behind you and invite you to relax. Here's the examination man of fear from day one. So I'm gripping the bench, looking out the window, trying to distract my mind. He's behind me with a torch going, do you think it'll rain? How's your golf? Never mind. We're expecting some showers. I don't. We might have a couple of showers. And then he stands up and goes, pulls the glove off, and he says, well, that feels normal. And I went, no, it doesn't. Perhaps to Todd McKinney, Elton John, Molly Meldrum, and a few others I could name, but not to moi. Anyway, we laughed for a while, and we danced for a while. We're meeting Tuesday to take out the furniture, but the point is, it's out of our control, so we must have that simple blood test. By a simple blood test, I detected that my cancer was inside the capsule. It was contained, it hadn't got into my body, which is a goal. So I decided to have it removed by the chemo surgery. You can have the Black and Decker job, or you can have the Star Wars. It's frightening. The surgeon's nowhere near you. You're strapped to a bed over there. He's over there playing Super Mario and Pac-Man on a TV screen, while Darth Vader strapped to your body. It's a robot. It's called the Da Vinci machine that digs. They're about, I don't know, $10 million. And they dig away and they remove it through a little, and all the cancer's gone. It wasn't cheap. It was $15,000. That's why surgeons wear masks. It's criminal. It's disgraceful. They don't want you to recognize them when they meet you in the street. What the fuck is that? I know that. And the the rubber gloves, nothing to do with hygiene. Fingerprints. And if there's anybody here from Medibank Private, I want to thank you for sending me that $328. Not a laughing matter, because you've got to wear that catheter for 10 days. You had one of those? Oh, shit, that's not pleasant. Having it removed. You've eaten, haven't you? I go to the hospital and there's this nurse, very stunning, like these young ladies here, and she went, hello, you're Mr. Martel, you've come to have the catheter removed, and I've gone, giddy up. She went, no, I'm the receptionist. Olga is waiting for you. Olga was a sporting personality. She got the bronze for Bulgaria in the snatch and grab in Barcelona. So have your blood test, but have a red wine. I have no problem with the drinking. I drive myself to work in my own car. I drink as much as I want, and then I press a button, an application on my iPhone. We all got these. Press the button, and they send a driver over to drive me home. Started 2 years ago. Driver came in, picked me up, literally. Said, are you Paul Martel? I went, yeah. He said, I'll come to drive you home. I said, that's very kind of you. He drove me home. I said, I can't believe you would do that. Thank you so much. Would you like to come in for a drink? He said, I wouldn't mind. So I brought the driver in for a drink. With several drinks. After a while, I looked at my watch and said, you better stay the night. I'll drive you home tomorrow. So I drove the driver home. And he said, thank you, would you like to come in for a drink? We had several drinks. After a while, he looked at his watch and said, oh, you better stay the night. I'll drive 6 weeks getting rid of this bastard. Think of the lives we saved, you know? As my fairy godmother once said, would you like a long memory or a long penis? And I forget my response, but you know, lady, the thing is, Rand, magnificent auctioneer. I've worked with them all, and you are with that. He's fantastic. Fantastic, big, beautiful girl. What is he, 6'8" or something like that? Stands over, talks, blah. You're from the mutiny people, is it? And Ren, is that your first name? Your parents have a fuck under an ass? What was that? What was that? Where'd you get that name? Because I'm into the name thing, you know, and where people get the names. Ren, I said, Ren Blythe. How is it? I mean, oh, we're back on. Thank you for that time. Forgive me. I was just reaching for a drink. No. I became a grandfather, and I'm concerned about people calling children stupid names. I fly across to Western Australia where my oldest daughter lives, and I'm sitting in the waiting room, because that's all you do in Australian hospitals is wait, isn't it? It's disgraceful. I mean, I know we're in Queensland, and I live in New South Wales. We have a state government, and we have a raffle every couple of years.
Batteries are $9.
Will I use this? Why not? You send someone up, I've got the $9, you can nip that in the 7-Eleven, get your fucking battery for the radio. Where are we? GCI, Gold Coast International. You stay here? Very tricky. I stayed here, there's a knock on my door at 6 o'clock. There's this stunner standing there. She said, I've come to turn down your bed. I said, there's been women before you. But now it's door to door, you're trying to humiliate me. I put a wake-up call in when I was here for 7 a.m. This bird ring. Hello? Well, no, men on their own don't answer the phone like, hello? They go, because we'll be getting stuck into it the night before. We've got so many words we can use to say we were pissed. We don't have to say, how are you last night? Oh, fine, I'm pissed. We can say any word and it will fit the criteria of what we've just done. Did you have a drink? Drink. I was fucking ransacked last night. I was totally bungalowed last night. 12:15. The phone rings. Yes. This is Josette with your 7 o'clock wake-up call. Oh, God. Hello. Josette, are you French? Yes, I am. Is there anything else I could do for you? I said, I thought we might have breakfast. It's open to 9:30. You checked me in last night. I believe it's free. Comes with the room. I do not associate with hotel guests. Is there anything else I could do? I said, yes, I'd like a 7:05 wake-up call. She said, that is in 3 minutes' time. I said, I know. I thought I could catch up with some sleep while I'm waiting for you to call back. 7:05. Hello? This is Josette with your 7:05 wake-up call. I said, tell me, Josette, have you reconsidered my offer? If not breakfast, perhaps lunch? I could stay for dinner if you like. I saw you when you checked in. You're an old man. You must be in your 60s. I do not associate with hotel guests. This is sexual harassment. I'll report you to the management. Is there anything else I could do? I said, yes, I'd like a 7:15 wake-up call. She rang me back. This is Josette! Will you 7:15 wake-up call? I said, hey, settle down. Let's face it, you keep ringing me. You see, that concept would never work in Ireland. If you go to Ireland, do not put in a wake-up call. This is the concierge with your 7 o'clock wake up. I'd normally charge you €3 for this service, but I won't be charging you. Why is that? It's 11 o'clock. Oh, it's freaking slept in myself. Now,